So we started with a hazy, crappy looking taillight lens, but we ended up with this.
Born with gasoline for blood and a turbo for a heart, the lone driver sets out to create the ultimate driving machine. Melding flesh with steel, he harnesses the dark art of automotive mechanics to bend speed and power to his will.
Okay, so we've had to pause work on the suspension. We're still struggling with that bolt. We'll get to that later, but today I need to do something that basically will benefit Casey Putsch, the evil genius. If you're not familiar,
I am Casey Putsch, the one you think is an evil genius.
We're working on this Pontiac Fiero here to basically just crush him in the mid-'80s mid-engine sports car game. But I need to do something for his benefit, and what that is to clean up these tail lights so that he has something to see clearly when he is behind me as I'm pulling away from him, because I have 2 more cylinders, a couple more liters, and so on. So today we're taking these off the car and we're gonna polish them up, disassemble them, and make them look brand new again so he has HD hater vision. As you can see, these lenses are pretty hazy. The surface is not glossy anymore. There's not really a lot of shine going on, and that decreases visibility, and it makes it just lets the car down. I know you're probably thinking, well, why don't you paint the car? We're gonna paint the car. Give us some time. We're focusing on the little things today, and that's gonna help the car overall once it's totally finished. Now, the removal and disassembly of these tail lights are specific, of course, to the Fiero, but the methods of cleaning and restoration are not. So I will take you through a step-by-step process of both how to remove the Fiero lights and disassemble them, and then just doing the overall restoration and cleaning. So I'm gonna start by popping off these little black clips on top of the tail lights. First off, you have to remove these 6 little plastic clips. Now, I know I'm using a screwdriver, but in reality, it takes basically no pressure to remove these things. Then I used a drill to take out the 6 bolts, screw bolts, and knock some stuff on the floor to get the lights out of the back of the car. After all the hardware is removed, it's a simple case of pulling the taillight housings out of the back of the car, and then... Wait a second. $10 says you're not subscribed to the AvalonKing YouTube channel yet. If you aren't, go ahead and click that subscribe button and that bell. Thanks. And there we go, pretty simple. We had 6 clips, 6 bolts, and 8 bulbs, and the lights are out. Let's take these things inside. First things first, I want to give these things a thorough cleaning with some all-purpose cleaner. This is going to strip off lots of grease, wax, grime, grit, dirt, dust, and all the grossness from 35 years of being on the road, and it gives me a clean surface and a good idea of what I'm working with. And now comes the fun part, disassembly. We're going to start with the 3 tabs on top of the housing. I'm going to use a heat gun to make the plastic a little more pliable, because after 35 years it has gotten very brittle. Then I'll move to the underside, 3 more tabs, heat gun, you know the drill. We disassemble the light. We have the reflector here where the bulbs are. We have the 2 diffusers for the tail light and the reverse light, and then we have the outer lens itself. Now, as you can see, this taillight lens has seen better days. The exterior is swirled and hazed, and the interior has ghosting from the grid pattern of the diffusers. We're going to tackle the exterior of these lenses first with a wool pad and some cutting compound. After making sure the pad is properly saturated, we're going to do a test pass, make sure that we're achieving the results that we want, which we are, and so we're just going to dive right in and do the whole thing. Using a more aggressive wool pad and cutting compound means we're removing a thicker layer of plastic from the surface, which in turn provides a smoother finish faster. So after the first pass, you went from these terrible scratches and hazing to this beautiful glossy finish. Now, I am in no way chasing perfection with these taillights. There are some really deep scratches and marring going on that buffing simply will not remove.
However, I wanted to get the best results possible, so I decided to do a second pass with the wool pad and cutting compound. After an IPA wipe down, the interior of the lens cleaned up quickly with just one pass from the wool pad and cutting compound. Then I switched to a foam pad with some polishing compound to pull out just the extra bit of shine, just that final little bit, and made the lens look freaking amazing.
These reflector housings are pretty clean, but for some reason, this one has like some kind of black tar substance that's kind of pooled inside the housing here. So I'm just going to hit these with some all-purpose cleaner, get them nice and shiny, or at least try to, and then it's time to reassemble this taillight.
Now check out this difference. We started with a hazy, crappy looking taillight lens, but we ended up with this. Look at the gloss and the shine, oh my word. Now all we have to do is ceramic coat the taillight. To start, I'm giving the light another IPA wipe down to strip any remaining polishing compound off of the lens. Then I wrap the micro suede applicator cloth around the foam block and douse it with ceramic coating. I make sure to apply this in a crisscross pattern on the taillight itself so that I don't miss any spots. After letting it flash for about a minute, I buff it off with a microfiber and it's good to go. Now it's on to the next taillight. We repeat the process all over again.
Holy crap, you guys. These lights turned out super sick, dude. I cannot wait to get these put on the car. They're gonna look so fresh. And honestly, right now, the rest of the car is gonna let them down. But you know what? It's a job done. We're making steps. Let's go ahead and get these installed. Oh boy, those are looking super sharp. I am so excited. I can't wait for the rest of the car to match the quality and the finish of these taillights. So now I am confident that when I am kicking Casey's butt, when I am wiping the floor with that MR2, he'll have a nice crystal clear view of these wonderful, beautiful taillights. Casey, I'm coming for you. This is the only view you're gonna have. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, what are you doing? And I'll see you guys next time.
Next time on AvalonKing.